What is good, my beautiful people? Today I'm gonna do a highly requested video. I'm gonna talk about what is a good draw liquidity and a bad draw liquidity. I'm gonna go like really quickly. I'm gonna go over every single category and draw. I'm gonna explain why, and then we're gonna do a tiny backtesting session. Like I'm showing you how I come into the market, pre-market, analyze. How do I like mark out the draws that I want to see? Why do I mark out some specific draws? And why do I don't mark out some specific draws? And yeah, not gonna waste any time. Like the most of the time, I'm looking for those draws right here. Normal highs and lows on the 1 hour or the 4 hour or unfilled higher time frame gaps. Because why? On a higher time frame, like every single time frame, market moves like this. Let's say we're in an uptrend, boom, boom. Okay, wait, let me make it a little bigger. Boom, something like this, right? And what are we doing here? We pump, we retrace into what? Unfilled higher time frame gaps. We're gonna retrace into 1 hour, 4 hour daily gaps right here. And from there, what are we doing? Either it is a reversal and we are gonna target this low right here, which is a higher time frame low, or we are gonna continue moving with the trend. And what are we targeting? At least those highs, and maybe there are some highs far more to the left. Okay, we took out those highs. What are we doing next? Most likely, we're gonna keep following the trend. We're gonna retrace into what? Higher time frame, unfilled gaps. If they're already been tapped into, we could still retrace into that, but then it's not a good, like not the most perfect draw. I wouldn't target a filled higher time frame gap. Boom. As simple as that. We retrace and then either we reverse, take our higher time frame low, or we keep going with the trend, which of course we do as a continuation trader. You want to target those higher time frame highs. Pretty simple and pretty easy. Like I think it makes sense for everybody. Then there are bad or like worse draws to target. They could still hit, but the probability of hitting is significantly lower. You always want to target unprotected highs and lows or like unfilled high time frame gaps. What do I mean by unprotected? Protected highs and lows, which is actually, boom, one of the worst or bad draw liquidities. Let's say protected sponsored high / low. What is a protected or sponsored high and low? Let's say, for example, boom, right here. This low right here, if you want to target this, it's not the best draw. Why? Because we already filled this higher time frame 1 hour gap right here, as you can see, and we moved higher from that. Boom, retrace, and we continue going higher. You want to continue going with the trend. And this is actually, boom, my second point. You always, like, bet worse draws against higher time frame trend. If we are overall bullish, like right here, what are we doing? As I already told you, boom, boom, and we go higher. We are bullish, so what do you want to do? Keep pushing higher, like keep targeting higher highs, and that's it. You don't want to try to predict a reversal. And most likely, if you are bullish, because everybody knows a trend moves like this, and not like this, boom, 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 because at this point, we're gonna do a lower low. What does it mean? The trend is getting broken and reverse the trend into a downtrend instead of an uptrend. And usually in an uptrend, we don't put in lower lows. We only put in higher highs and higher lows. So you can expect this low, especially when it's protected. It is protected by this gap right here. Boom. Let's find an example where a low is not protected. This would be an unprotected low, right? Is this in a 4 hour? No. This is an unprotected low. Why? Because it didn't sweep any major liquidity. It didn't sweep anything. It hadn't tapped into a 1 hour nor for a 4 hour gap. So if you come lower, you could actually target this. Even though it's against a higher time frame trend, it is more likely to hit than an protected or sponsored low right here. Usually you also don't want to target protected lows that already swept liquidity. Boom, like in this case, if you want to target this, it's not the greatest draw. And simple reason, this draw is protected by this 1 hour fair value gap, and also with this wick right here, we swept this low. And we come to the next point at the same time. Don't target external lows / highs in a range. Boom. Usually in a range, what are we doing? Boom, 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 boom. Usually we don't take the first draw that was put in and like the external draws right here. Don't target those. Because usually, if we are gonna keep doing this bullshit range thing, we are gonna bounce back somewhere around those levels right here, and we're not gonna take out external liquidity. Like in this case, this is the 1 hour, we are ranging. What is the external draw right here? It would be this low, also this right here. This is the range that you are working with. You don't want to target range highs and range lows. That's what I wanted to tell you. Don't target range highs and range lows, because most likely we're gonna either boom to something like this. If you boom, 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 boom. Yes, of course, we can take out this low and go lower, or we can take out this low and go higher. But you cannot predict, or you should not predict, like if you're gonna break out of the range or not, because you really don't know. We could still range for the next 2 months, right, on the higher time frame. So we could easily do this right here. You don't know when we are gonna break out. Or for example, right here, boom, let's say this is what we are working with, a range high, range low, and we are stuck in this range right here. Look, we are ranging. And do you notice something? We don't come this far to this low, to the external low, or we don't go higher to this external high right here. We just tend to bounce in between those two levels right here. Boom, you can see somewhere in the middle we are bouncing, and then we took out the low and immediately reversed. We could have easily also just do this bullshit right here. Boom, boom. That's why I usually wait until we get out of the higher time frame range to continue to go with the trend. And the last two like worst draws, I would say, if we SMT the draw, the high or the low, and then start slowing down. Boom, slowing down. Usually I care, but it's not that big of a deal if ES takes out the high, but there's a beautiful setup on NQ. Usually I keep taking the setup. It all depends on the market conditions. That's why I wrote down slowing, like if you SMT the high, it's alright, but if you start slowing down and we tend to put in a lot of wicks and we start like doing some bullshit and start rejecting bullish gaps and bearish gaps, start ranging a little bit, get off. Don't take the setup. So if it's an SMT, but we are still clearly correlated, NQ and ES is correlated, we have a lot of volume still, even though we took the draw liquidity, and we still keep pushing towards it. You know, yo, the draw is higher, NQ wants to take it, maybe ES wants to go even higher, like if you are taking a long, you can take it. But if ES takes the draw, and you can see, okay, NQ starts wicking a lot, ES starts wicking, we start ranging for a few minutes, this is a bad sign. I would not take something like this. Also, please stay away from the last bad or worst draw liquidity. Those are recent highs and lows. Many people tend to target, if they trade New York AM session, something in between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., which is completely bullshit. You can do this if you trade the PM session, but if you are trading the New York AM session, what helped me personally, like if it works for you, it works, it's fine. But what helped me is targeting something like from the previous day, previous week, previous month, whatever, previous year, or somewhere in between midnight and 5 a.m., I would say. So let's say price is moving like this. Right before market opens, we are here in price, okay? Like, boom, we are here, and we just retrace lower. And this high is from 8 a.m. I would never target this. I wouldn't do this. I would actually see if you have any targets like far left, maybe something from the previous week, a nice beautiful high. And I would rather wait and like wait till it displays through the first high, get a retrace, and then continue to go to the more probable high that was made far back in time. Before we go into the backtesting session, let's do the best draws of all time. Not gonna waste any time. Like all-time highs, first place. Why? Because we usually just gonna keep longing. We only need a deep retrace and a flip. Markets tends to make higher highs and just making new all-time highs every single time. So keep longing pretty easy. Second, data wicks. If we got 830 news, red folder news, we like CPI and we leave a fat wick, it is a beautiful target, like a magnet to price, as well as new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps. And also the last thing that I noticed over the past months are no wick candles, because usually if price, like a candle works like this: open, high, then make a low and close right here. It's like weird, but it works because like every single time a candle open, high, low, close, boom, and we usually want to leave a wick. If we don't leave a wick and we push really aggressively, we always want to rebalance or revisit this candle, like right, this no wick candle. Those things right here, they do not count because you can see it even if it's tiny. What is this? A quarter of a point. It looks like a no wick candle. It doesn't count. It should be a no wick candle, like no wick at all, right? Like right here. Boom. As you can see, no wick, only the body. And what did we do? We rebalanced it in the New York AM session. And yeah, pretty easy. Like no wick candles are also super nice. So let's do a backtesting session. I'm not gonna make the full month or the video is gonna be too long. It's already at 50 minutes. Like I'm gonna take 5 trades or go over like 2 weeks if you don't get 5 trades. But yeah, that's more than enough. I think I'm just gonna go over my thought process, how I look at the market, how I come into the day, and what drawn liquidity is good. Unfortunately, I don't have ES right here, so I can't look for SMTs, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, usually I come into this day, boom. By the way, it's January 20, like 2023, 3rd of January. What do I see? Simple uptrend. Boom, boom, boom. What do I want to see? Us continuing higher. Is this a recent high? Pretty much. It's all right. It's 5. Is it 5 a.m.? Yeah, it's 5 a.m. It's all right. We can also mark out this right here. And what is it a good high to target? It's not the best one. Why? Because if you look at the higher time frame, 4 hour. Let's remove this first of all. It is sponsored by this fat fair value gap. It is protected, and yeah, I usually don't want to target that. Boom, simple as that, right? So let's see coming into the day what we are gonna get. How's the 50-minute looking like? Okay, looks pretty alright. 5 minutes, pretty aggressively moving lower. Okay, beautiful flip, beautiful rejection wick. Look how we tend. That's why I don't target those lows right here. First of all, they're pretty recent. We are in a higher time frame trend, and we usually tend to leave higher lows. We actually reject this really, really beautifully, and we get a displacement candle. I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna take this to. Do I get a 1-to-1 right here? Yeah, I'm gonna take this to the first draw. Looks perfect for me. I'm gonna take this. I hope I don't lose on the first trade. Volume is there. We got a. This is. Okay, all right. Like, I don't like this. Because, okay, I just realized this is not a safe stop loss. Well, like, what am I doing here? I want to have my stop loss at least right. Not at least, but I want to have my stop loss right here. And I won't get a 1-to-1. Like, no way. This is also all right. Like, I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna remove the order. And actually, I'm gonna wait till we get a tiny retrace. Yeah, this would be perfect. I'm gonna limit order this. If you get a tiny wick lower and it fills me, like I got a safe stop right here because yeah, usually price shouldn't go this low. It would be perfect to have it right here because if my drawn liquidity is correct, we don't want to go below this low as I told you. This is how a trend works. Boom, boom, boom. We make higher highs and higher lows. If we are in an uptrend and this draw is higher, we won't come to this low as we didn't right here. We didn't tap this low. We didn't tap this low. So we shouldn't tap this low as well. But my risk reward sucks. And yeah, I would love to do something like, yeah, let's do something like this. This is fine. I hope it fills me. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Okay, please don't let me lose in the first trade. Okay, one more. Okay, I'm going to break even. Look, 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 look. Oh my god. If I had moved my stop loss, it was right here, I would get stopped out. Why? Because it's not a protected stop loss. We can still make, like, go down to this low and go back higher. Your draw liquidity could be correct, but it's just this, like, let the trade brief a little bit. It's just a stop loss. It was not in a place where the trade ID would be invalidated. This would be the perfect stop loss. We had it right here. I got a little bit lucky, but yeah, I hope, yeah, perfect. Like, I don't, perfect trade. What can I say? And we could have actually targeted the second draw. And how do you know if the draw liquidity is correct? If you take it and start rejecting or chopping, and that's how we do it right here. Perfect. Let's go to the next day. I'm not gonna pause just because it's a back testing, so you gotta watch me doing this stupid shit right here. Yeah, perfect. Wait, I wanna actually see something. Did we take out the protected high? We didn't. Look at this, bro. Look at this. That's why I'm not targeting the external high right here that is protected or sponsored by this 4-hour gap. Look how we edge it. Oh my days, please. 2 points? Are we dead as, bro? We're just, bro, you would have get edged by 2 points and stopped our break even. I would have crashed out, not gonna lie. But yeah, coming into this day, same thing, going into 4-hour. And what do I see? We are kind of ranging. I don't like this. Boom, we are ranging, we are ranging. What do I don't want to target? I don't want to target this low, this high as well. Again, because it's external first of all, and yeah, it's also protected. This is all right. It's all right. It's not the best job, but you could leave it there. This is kind of protected, but because it's in a range and we are so close, I would mark it out. But I would lean more towards those. Nah, this is not a good draw. Why? 7 a.m. Pretty recent. I don't like it. Are there any unfilled higher time frame gaps? Not really. I can't lie. I wouldn't take anything besides maybe something to those lows. Those are not range external lows because boom, this is the kind of start of the range. I would say this is the range right here. So I wouldn't target this high and I wouldn't target this low. This looks alright, but let's see. A 5-minute looks like also pretty bad. I don't want to take a trade when you're ranging this badly on the 5-minute. Okay. Let's see where we displace towards. Are you going higher? Any entries? Nah, nah, nah. Okay, we edge it as well. Crazy, bro. And again, what did we edge? A protected high that is sponsored by this fair value gap, bro. Every single time. It's the same shit. That's why it is like not the worst draw, but it's significantly worse, and the chances of you winning this trade is significantly lower. Boom. Do we continue? Yeah, maybe we do get an entry. Let's see. Do we get a flip now? Oh, did we tap something? Didn't tap the 5 minutes, 1 hour. Nothing that could stop us actually. Oh, on the 4 hour it looks kind of shit. I didn't realize that. If we look at this 4 hour range right here, it's external, protected by this draw. I wouldn't take it. Even though it's kind of my setup, I wouldn't take it also because we inverse the first condition. Like, I want to see us respect the first 5-minute gap. It doesn't make sense to inverse it and then go lower. So, yeah, I mean, mechanically, this looks good, but I'm not going to take it. Not going to take it, and let's see how we end up. We would have get subbed out, pretty much. Because why? I recognized this draw is not that great. On the 1 hour, it doesn't look that bad. But if you just look at the 4 hour, not the best draw. Not the best draw. 5-minute conditions also not the best. And at this point, it's too late. I'm gonna just simply go offline and go to the next day. Like, you guys pretty much see how it works, right? It's pretty much the same thing every single time. 8:15, usually what do we have? 8:15, red folder news, looks like it. Perfect target, data high right here. Nice, I love this. Overall, still stuck in this range. I would consider taking something to this low. Yeah, this low isn't that bad. Still protected by this higher time frame gap, but it's not external, and we are kind of pushing really aggressively towards it. Like, we are pushing really hard. So if you compare those 4 bullish candles to those candles right here, we go really like aggressively lower. Maybe we get a retrace into this 50-minute gap. Okay, bro. No retrace in this 50-minute gap. This would be a bad entry because the risk reward is cooked. Okay, let's see if you want to push through this low. Okay, we even reached that. Okay, we are truly bearish. Like, I would love to target something right here. This looks like a good draw. Yeah, this looks like a good draw. If you get something to that, this would be good. Let's see. And yeah. Yeah, bullshit. I'm getting off for today. And boom. Next day. Simple as that. Looks like a data candle. Sorry, perfect. Looks like a data candle. What's the 4 hour looking like? Pretty bad. Rangy, 1 hour, pretty bad. Just want to look at the data week. What? Oh, we already took the data high, unfortunately. But we have a data low right here. A data lows usually traded more aggressively. I just want to see whether we push through this gap right here or not. And data wicks, usually they love, like, we usually tend to edge them more. So if you have the risk to reward ratio that you need, I would just close manually or just like target a little bit higher than that. Also, just because I don't have ES, I won't try and force like 0.5 hour to get to the data low. Not even 0.5, 0.005. I don't know, whatever, right? Okay, what are we doing? We're going higher. Any targets higher? Oh, please load, bro. Is the 1 hour broken now? I think it is, right? 4 hour broken as well. Okay, I'm not gonna pause any thing, so it just stays the same. Okay, we are back at it. Perfect. 4 hour. Yeah, looks kind of that like we are rejecting this tiny gap right here. Nah, I don't really know. I won't target anything. Like, this is alright. This is alright. Like, it's not the best. There's a 1 hour gap that is stopping us to go to there, and we are kind of reacting off this 1 hour gap. I won't take anything higher. Only thing that I'm looking for right now is the data wick and whether we push through this 50-minute gap or not. And oh yeah, I like this. I'm gonna take it immediately, bro. It's really aggressive. We went higher. Did we tap any higher time frame gap? 5-minute? Oh my god, it's perfect. We tapped this 5-minute gap. Realized that did we inverse this shit? Oh, we did. Ah. University shit. I don't know. Like, it looks too clean. Like, okay. I'm gonna take this right here, and I'm gonna go put my stop right here. This is protected. 1.5 R. I'm just gonna actually target like something like this. And I'm gonna go break even after we get like 2 displacement candles lower. I like this because the draw is super clean. Like, this is one of the best draws, I told you guys, and I usually target a little bit more aggressively. Let's see. Okay, beautiful. Definitely gonna go break even now, because, like, I mean, yes, we could come into those gaps right here and fill those, but yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing, and yeah, perfect, bro. Perfect. Earlier entries, retrace the 5-minute, W flip, nice break even point, and yeah. Let's do a trade. Okay, perfect example. Perfect. Finally, I wanted to do this. What do we? Oh my god, perfect. This is the 4-hour time frame. Yes, we are in this range right here. We just took the internal and external highs. We are delivering from this 4-hour gap right here, and usually we are uptrending. Yeah, but we are pretty overextended, and this is the time where you could actually target unfilled higher time frame gaps. For example, this unfilled 4-hour. And what do we have right here? Is this a no-wick candle on the 4-hour? Wow, perfect. Boom. I could mark out those unfilled gaps right here. Those are also nice lows. Like, I would rather get something to this low right here. And yeah, I would not take something to the second draw. Just because we already got a low here that is protected, sponsored. No need to retrace into here. And yeah, I would just wait, see if we get anything lower. Do we reject? No, we keep pumping higher. Is there anything that we can target? There's an unfilled gap right here, and also nice high on the 4-hour, nice high on the 4-hour. Pretty clean. Let's do this. This is a nice draw, I would say. We can double check on the 1-hour. Yep, also a no-wick candle right here. Beautiful. Not external. Yeah, pretty much it's fine. The tiny gap, I don't care about that. Let's see. Only the retrace now. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna take this. The stop is not protected. Risk to rewards. No, I'm not gonna risk it. We are too overextended. And we end up edging it again? Are we dead ass? Do we get an entry now? Retrace into the 5-minute, 50-minute as well. Any ah too slow. It's too slow of a flip. Probably we're gonna take those draws out, and then yeah, I'm not gonna trade. It's too late now. Maybe we can see if we're gonna go lower a little bit later, just to fill those unfilled gaps. Yeah, perfect. We did. Like those right here. But yeah. Perfect. Draws hit. 1 hour. What do I see? Overall, on the higher time frame, we are pretty bullish. But right here, we kind of inversed really aggressively. We react off this bearish gap. So I would love to see. Bro, there are actually no targets. There are actually 0 targets. Is this a 1-hour candle? Yeah, it is. You could mark out there right here. And I don't know, bro. Maybe you could go for this unfilled 1-hour, but I don't like it at all. Yeah, okay, we took it. And we reject immediately. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm just gonna skip today and not waste my time. Just, it looks like shit. I'd rather trade one more normal day. So yeah, Wednesday. Let's finish the week. Okay, perfect example. 4-hour, pretty bullish. Is this a W draw? Yes, it is. It's the only outstanding draw there is. Like, we cannot target anything else. I want to take a trade if you come like into this area right here, and it's not external. Yes, it swept those highs, which makes it more improbable. But we have still those highs to reach. Also, this high is kind of protected by this 4-hour gap as well. So less probable, but it's like the only target that we can reach if you would want to go higher. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. 50-minute doesn't look that great. And 5 minutes also is pretty bad. But yeah, we could. Okay. Did we retrace into something? Left a major wick, went lower, by the way. What did we tap into? No wick candle, filled it, went higher. Maybe one more retrace and a flip. It's pretty risky. I wanted to see like a push above this. Not gonna take it now. Just gonna wait for one tiny more. Yeah, it looks chopped now. Maybe you got an SMT hit there, but I'm not gonna take it. Oh yeah, it looks really cooked. Looks really bad. Okay, this displacement was enough. And yeah, we don't do anything. Okay, okay. Next day. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh my days. Best draw of all time. Yep. Unfortunately, we are not at all-time high, so I can't show you there, but yeah, like I don't care that we deliver from this gap and also that we kind of deliver from those gaps. We have a data low, right? And the data high has been taken. Oh wait, 829, 830. Yeah, red folder news. What is this? Core inflation, inflation. Yeah, red folder news looks really good. Again, what I want to see. Okay, we tap this 5 minutes. If we go like in this place lower now, I'm gonna take something. Yeah, bro. Basically, I'm gonna take it now. It's the only thing that I needed to see. There is nothing that stops us to go to this low. Even though on the 1 hour it looks like a really bad draw because it kind of rejected all of those gaps right here. And we are overall against our higher time frame trend, which makes it more or less probable. It is still a data high, right? We deliver from the 5 minute gap beautifully. We go lower. We have a beautiful break even point right here, or even this. I'm gonna take it, and it's pretty early into market open. We're still gonna have a lot of volume. If my draw is, oh my god, what is this draw? What is this? 2.7 R? Yeah, I'm gonna do some type of rejection block type of TP like somewhere around here. Yeah, 2.2 R is already more than enough, right? So I'm just gonna do this. Boom, perfect. Let's end on a W. Is this Friday? Okay, no, we have one more day. Perfect. I love to see this right here. Um, not gonna go break even yet because we could look what we do right here. Boom, we go higher and then this plays lower. So if you get one or two more displacement candles, I'm gonna go break even. Yeah, let's go. Let's go break even. Perfect, perfect delivery. I'm gonna start trading. I'm afraid that we are gonna get edged. Oh my god, no. No way, bro. Where do I get 2R? Could have go for 2R, bro. I'm not gonna get edged, bro. I'm not gonna get edged. Where is my 1 to 1 1.5R? Yeah, I'm gonna trade to 1.5R. Okay, okay, thank God. Perfect. Again. Again. Okay, but maybe you could have re-entered right here. 5 minute gap. Yeah, and then if you displace one more. Okay, never mind. We edged it again. Oh, bro, this is some devious shit. I can't lie. Let's see, bro. One more day. Let's do one more day. Okay, 1 hour looks pretty rangy, but I can't lie. This is a okay draw because there's nothing that stops us to go there, and we also kind of just retrace into this gap right here, and we filled it. And yeah, pretty much there's no gap protecting this low because we inverse both of these gaps as well. Pretty much, I'm actually more bearish, and it's also not the external low, right? So if you take this right here, we could still easily go higher. But yeah, overall, maybe this unfilled, but I also don't like it that much. Looks really choppy. I'm gonna hop on the 5 minute, see if you're gonna do anything. Okay, tap to 1 hour. Looks chopped. Anything higher? This draw is cool. This is alright. Beautiful draw, staying out. Didn't sweep anything, not protected. Perfect draw. Showing us we are bullish, but bro, this price action is hilarious. Like, but we are moving higher though. Like, if you get a flip. Okay, this is too aggressive. Like, if we would have get something like here, you could consider taking this. But like, no way, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, end up delivering. And immediately reversing. Okay, yeah, perfect. Like, I'm fine with that. Did almost 2 weeks. Perfect. I hope you guys already got an idea what to do. Like, which draws to target. Boom. You can screenshot this one more time right here. Those are the good draws. The usual draws. Those are the worst draws. Not pretty, like, not the worst, but just simply worse than those. And of course, those that are the best of all time. Unfortunately, I couldn't show all-time highs and new day opening gaps, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, new day opening gap, you mark it out, you mark all-time high. You can also target past all-time high. But yeah, a pretty long video, but I hope I could still help you out a little bit. If yes, leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to join my free Discord, it's in the description, and like every single other social media. Thank you guys for the support. Bye bye.